Good afternoon, dear Singaporeans. Welcome to the second live with Hui Hui and Lin Tian. Actually, it should be second live with Hui Hui, Lin Tian, and Unity, your third child. 3 children in 4 years. I think must give you a National Day award.
You see, my fellow Singaporeans, very good morning to all of you. Good afternoon now, in fact, I should say. What Hui Hui has done is something that the government of Singapore should be encouraging. And yet, our total fertility rate, today, is 1.12. I think that is either the second or the third lowest in the world, all right? It is shameful, shameful. I remember a few years ago, Josephine Teo, when she was in charge of this project, said, oh, we will do something to raise the total fertility rate. It has gone on for 3-4 decades. Every minister comes is an abysmal failure. Today, under Indrani Raja, it is 1.12. She talks about giving this, she talks about giving that. But why is it that Singaporeans are not even reproducing themselves? All right? And mind you, I think for the last 2 decades, there has been a great influx of immigrants, all right, who have become, PRs, new citizens. And when your total fertility rate keeps dropping, it shows that even the immigrant new citizens are not convinced enough to have children. And do you blame people when for, I think, the last 7 years or the last 8 years, you have been the most expensive country in the world for 5 to 6 years. All right? And I took a taxi the other day, and the taxi driver told me, oh, I'm very blessed. I have 1 child. He is now about to graduate from NUS. And I said, so what did he study? He said data science. I said, congratulations, because he's going to have a great future. The future of the world depends on data. All right, and I said he made absolutely the right choice. And he was very pleased when I told him that. And I said, why didn't you have more? And you know what his answer was? He said, no, we decided not to. Because, in Singapore, to have 1 child go through to university takes up so much resources. And it is not possible to have 2 children going to university. My fellow Singaporeans, when the majority of the population thinks like that, all right, that is the reason why our population, our TFR keeps dropping. All right, and yet the government increases the population by ramming up immigration. You know what? All this talk about saving up for the next generation, I think is just so absurd, isn't it? You are not even taking care of the current generation. You cannot even ensure that Singaporeans can reproduce themselves. And yet you want to go and save up for future generation. What rubbish are you talking about? And that is why I have said, and I have no qualms about saying this. Any future non-PAP government must seriously look into giving free education for every Singaporean child. If I'm in government and I want to encourage Singapore parents to have more children, I will tell them, your children will have free education from primary till university. Why are we spending hundreds of millions of dollars every year on foreign students, giving out scholarships, bursaries? All right? And yet Singapore parents feel compelled not to have children because they think that it would be unfair to bring children into this world whom they cannot properly nurture their full potential. And I think this is something we have to seriously consider. Instead, we have this bunch of MPs every day in Parliament telling us, oh, we can't use more than 50% of the NIRC or whatever they call it. All right? Yeah? They want to save for the future. And I say, you are pathetic. You are neglecting your fellow Singaporeans. Yeah?
Hui, do you have any advice for the government as to how to be as productive as you are?
if the government take care of our public housing, if the government give things like for example, I think one of the issues that people are not having children early is that they don't have a place of their own. So because of this housing issue, that is why people are not reproducing. They also need to take care of our public health care system. A lot of people say that it's very expensive to give birth in Singapore. And a lot of people say that they don't dare to give birth in our so-called restructured hospital. There is no public hospital in Singapore because the Singapore government portray themselves as someone who has universal health care in Singapore, taking care of the Singapore citizens to the international world. Yeah. So the thing is, in Singapore we have restructured hospital, which is a combination of our public hospital and private hospital. And many times you have to pay extra money, additional money, and switch to private system in order to get proper health care, which is why people are very scared of giving birth in Singapore. Then there is also a lot of people, they need to take care of their retired parents because the Singapore government doesn't take care of our CPF. The government doesn't return the money back to the people at the age of 55 as promised. They keep pushing the goalpost further and further away. Therefore, people have to take care of their aged parents, so they also don't reproduce early because they don't have the money to take care of their newborns.
You know, it's ridiculous. Let me add to what Hui Hui just said. You know, inflation is what today? 6%? And so when your money in the CPF sits there earning 2.5, you're losing money every single year, aren't you? All right? That is something that any responsible government should look at. You know, I don't know how long the interest rate has been at 2.5%, probably more than 20 years, 22 years, 24 years. You know, under this PAP, government is static. All right? They have not evolved. And very soon, my friends, they will go extinct like the dinosaur.
The CPF ordinary account rate at 2.5% has been the same since 1999, and we believe it is the lowest rate of return of all national pension funds in the world since 1999. So let's get to the main topic for today. Hui Hui, how much money have you managed to crowdfund?
So we are making this live video because of the AGC targeting this bank account specifically, and we need to raise a total of 22,500 plus, but we have raised 3,900 something. Yeah.
Why do you think you are so unpopular, Hui Hui? You only got $3,000.
Well, because this time round we started this fundraising, and this is at a period of time whereby GST has increased to 8%, and a lot of people are feeling the pinch to their pocket. And how this 8% can be felt, right? You go to supermarket, initially you usually pay the things like maybe $100, okay? It's not this 1% increase, you know. It's that every item increased about 10, 20 to 50 cents. So when you buy say 10 items, okay, because family of 5, each of us go to the shelf, take 2 items, right? It's 5 items already. It's 10 items already, okay? Each item increased 50 cents. So it's about $5 increase. Then when we go, so it's $5 increase, then when we go to the counter to pay another $1 increase, right? Then we feel like, it's $6 increase over $100 worth of item. It's not a $1 increase. And a lot of people also say that, just because there's fare hike, the fuel increase in price, it doesn't mean that it is related to people who use public transport. But the thing is, when the people have to ship the goods, right, it's petrol money. When the people need to do all kinds of things, the workers' salary, pay, all kinds of transportation, shipping fee, it is all, they are all calculated into the cost, and people will just jack up the prices.